And is like if you're doing that, you're looking at all those things, and you don't have a comp that matches it. How do you evaluate it at that point? Like what? Okay, hey, it doesn't have fiber optic, and so that takes off $2,000 per acre. Like how do you evaluate what that would look like, or how would you actually know, or are you just guesstimating?
A little bit of guesstimating, but at the same time, you can see trends in areas. So if you go to the MLS and you're like, well, what's available right now? Okay, well, these are all, you're competing against everybody else basically when you're selling land. So these 10 acres are selling for $250. Okay, so if it's sitting on market for the last 370 days and selling at $250, well, price of land is not over $250 or $25,000 an acre.
Yeah.
So maybe it's less than that. What has sold? Oh, well, the sold stuff's going for $17,000 an acre. Okay. So you kind of get a gauge, like, even though that the comps are based on, what things are selling at and the amenities, people don't have as much knowledge on land, right? So you almost have to fit your property into that. And why I am so like it obviously it has better amenities. I can tell the buyer, like, hey, you don't want to buy that other land because of this, this, and this, and this. Like, our property's better than that. We're still fitting into the comp range, right? But you should be able to buy mine for more, actually, right? So that's one of the things we're doing right now as well.
Do you do like soil testing, or do you make it contingent on soil or anything like that?
Typically not soil. We sell a lot of ranches, so a lot of ranches are pasture land. We're not farmland, so soils don't matter too much. A lot of people aren't buying for soils. A lot of people that we're selling to are business owners, or they're getting large inheritance money. Okay. We're not really selling to a lot of Californians or anything like that. It's just mostly local people that want to move out into the country.
What's important for a builder then? For land, what's important for them? Like, so if it's not soil testing, I always thought the soil testing was important for the building. Is that not true?
They do need to do some tests. Like, we have a lot of caves on our property right now. Okay. And people are like, well, what about that? And I'm like, well, it's sitting on rock. Like, the rocks will move over the next million years, but is your house still going to be standing over the next million years? I don't think so. So they do have to do some drilling and testing, make sure that they have stable soil underneath the property, but it's pretty minimal. Okay. Like, as long as you're not sitting next to a river or a massive bank, like, the home builders don't take care of most of that. I don't have to worry too much about that, or the buyers.
Do you need to build anything when you're creating a ranchette? If you're subdividing 100 acres into 25 acres, what all do you need to build? Like, do you need to build horse stables, fences, that sort of thing? Do you have to have a place for cowboys to go hang out afterwards? Like, is it like, hey, this is my retirement home? Yeah. Or is it like, no, we just stop by the ranch, take care of the horses, and then we go back home?
Most of our buyers are looking to build a house. So one thing that they need is a water well. They need power. Obviously, if they want to keep, in Texas, we have a thing called a 1D1 agricultural exemption for tax purposes. It's like paying the difference between paying $5,000 to $6,000 in property taxes versus paying $100. But in order to qualify for that, you need fences, you need access for water and all these different things. So I've been honestly just selling land right now as land, raw land. About 6 months into it, I realized that, hey, the people want these things. It's an objection point. So I actually started the post-sale Texas ranchettes. We'll go and develop those things for them. And now we've actually even included those into the price in the season where it's been a little harder to sell land. One of the things I did just to kind of test it was I was like, what if we include 100 credit hours land clearing into this property? Wow. A 10-acre property takes about 10 hours to clear an acre.